I'm a young country artist from Alabama, and I just wanted to tell you guys a story time about the very first time that I played a live show in front of anybody in my entire life. It was pretty crazy. Here's how it went. Basically, little backstory, I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, and I was never a musician. I was always an athlete. I was a baseball player. Nobody in my family did music, and it was just kind of unfamiliar to me. I'd always loved music, but I'd never been able to kind of look into it or explore it because I was always focused on baseball. That was my entire life. Played baseball all through high school, and then my senior year of high school, I actually moved to Orange Beach, Alabama, which is like Gulf Shores area. Finished out my senior year of baseball, and while I was in high school my senior year, I picked up a guitar for the first time and started teaching myself how to play, but that was really the extent of it. I just knew how to play a couple chords and maybe a song or two, and that was it. And I would play for my friends coming over to the house. After I graduated high school, my dad said, "You got to get a job before you go to college and make some money." And I said, "All right, sounds good." So I started knocking on doors of restaurants and seeing if I could figure out how to play music for money and see if that would work. Now, at the time, when I was asking all these restaurants if I could play, I knew how to play like maybe 7 or 8 songs in total. And everybody was saying, no, we're booked up. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I eventually walk in this place that's tucked away, if you know where this is, in the back of the Wharf Amphitheater, or not amphitheater, but the Wharf, like, you know, where all the shops and stuff are. It's called Jenny Lane Steakhouse. I walk in there, it's a Wednesday, and I was like, "Hey, I'm Miles. I want to see if I can, you know, at some point, not now, but just at any time when y'all get a chance, let me come play." And they were like, "Actually, Friday is a Whiskey Myers concert at the Wharf, and the guy who was supposed to play here just canceled, so you can play from 6 to 9, and that'll just be your tryout." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, that works. Sounds good to me." And I knew how to play like 8 songs at the time. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta go home." So I literally went home that night and learned how to play like 30-something songs so that I'd be ready for this gig. Friday comes around and I'm like nervous, so nervous. I'm wearing my Orange Beach baseball shirt. Never played in front of anybody in my life. And I get there and it's also Cinco de Mayo. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but it was slam packed because it was Cinco de Mayo. And on top of that, like he said, it was Whiskey Myers, but the concert had a rain delay. So everyone who was supposed to go into the amphitheater was like held up in the Wharf, and they all piled into this tiny little steakhouse that I was playing at on a bar stool. And I've literally to this day never seen that many people in this little steakhouse before. There was like 300 people in there, just standing room only. So the time comes and I played the gig, and it went about how most first gigs go. You know, I felt like I did okay. People liked me. Some people probably didn't like me, but it was so much fun. And after that show, I got asked by the dude if I could come back and play again. And I was like, heck yeah. So came back next time, started doing it some more. And yeah, anyway, that's how I started playing music in the first place.